When it comes to ranking the best animation studios, the battle of Pixar versus DreamWorks is an exceptionally difficult one to call. As two studios that have been at the forefront of children's animation for a similar amount of time, only genuine titans like Walt Disney or Studio Ghibli could arguably surpass their appeal. However, I believe that after laying all the facts out on the table and looking back carefully on the legacy of each studio, it's Pixar that comes out on top. Whether from sheer innovation, enduring cultural legacy, or even emotional depth, there's just something about Pixar's impressive collected works that consistently places it above DreamWorks in both heart and craft. The release of Toy Story in 1995 sent shockwaves through the animation industry, and it's never been quite the same since. While this story of toys coming to life when humans aren't around stands as one of the best animated movies of all time, it holds historic significance as the very first fully computer-animated movie. While Toy Story was the first fully computer-generated animated feature-length movie, the first computer-animated short film was a computer-animated hand from 1972. This one-minute short was co-directed by Edwin Catmull, who went on to become a co-founder of Pixar and then its president. DreamWorks, on the other hand, had some catching up to do, as it wouldn't be until 1998 that their first feature film was released with Ants. While Ants was a commercial and critical success, it also bore striking similarities to Pixar's A Bug's Life, which came out just 1 month later. As one of the most famous examples of the twin film phenomenon, the similarities between Ants and A Bug's Life quickly linked DreamWorks and Pixar in the audience's mind, and viewers have been comparing their movies ever since. This early rivalry set the stage for years of competition, with Pixar's pioneering edge encouraging DreamWorks to carve out its own identity. Whether it's Toy Story, Finding Nemo, Monsters, Inc., or The Incredibles, there's no denying Pixar's impressive back catalog of stone-cold classics. By comparison, DreamWorks has a few core franchises that have kept them going, but has far more forgettable releases than Pixar in the grand scheme of things. DreamWorks only truly came into its own with Shrek in 2001, a groundbreaking film that subverted the clichés of classic fairy tales in a way viewers of all ages could enjoy. While other franchises like Madagascar, How to Train Your Dragon, and Kung Fu Panda have hit big, there are also plenty of underwhelming releases. Pixar focused on quality over quantity, spacing out meticulously crafted hits like WALL-E, The Incredibles, and Ratatouille. DreamWorks, by contrast, followed a yearly release model, with films like The Road to El Dorado, Sinbad, and Flushed Away often underperforming at the box office. With this in mind, Pixar's careful approach clearly built far greater cultural impact and lasting resonance. When it comes to sheer innovation, there's no denying that Pixar truly changed the game. One great example of this was how, before Finding Nemo, computers lacked the ability to realistically depict water. Yet the team behind the film tirelessly worked for over a year to accurately portray the unique murkiness of the ocean. Author David Price also explained in his book, The Pixar Touch, how the studio succeeded in their challenge to animate the 2,320's 413 individual hairs on Sully Sullivan in Monsters. This keen attention to detail went as far as to ensure that Sully's hair actually projected shadows onto one another without self-shadowing. These are the kind of minute details that most studios take shortcuts with, but Pixar literally invented new modes of computing in order to achieve the exact visuals they needed for the story that they were trying to tell. While DreamWorks films often boast top-tier animation, it just doesn't equate to the groundbreaking innovation Pixar has repeatedly pulled off. Pixar's output has always been emotionally sophisticated, with heartbreaking moments like the opening sequence of Up, Going Down in cinema history. Part of the appeal of the studio was the way it takes complex themes and repackages them in a way kids can understand, with WALL-E even tackling ideas around environmental neglect and corporate consumerism.